that will help you to create nutrition plans your clients will love, follow, and happily pay for. This is Nutrition for Your Business, the show where we simplify business building tactics that actually work. Hi, I'm Abigail.
And I'm Ashley.
And today we're talking about how to create awesome nutrition plans your clients will love to follow.
This is a topic that applies to every health professional, anyone who's giving nutrition advice. Whether you're working with clients one-on-one or running group programs, the quality of your nutrition plans will have a major influence on the happiness and satisfaction of your clients, and more importantly, the long-term success of your business.
Right. The information you provide to your clients is just as important as how you provide it. You can't just throw out some verbal advice and hope for the best. A beautifully laid out plan is like a treasure map that will guide your clients to the pot of health gold that they're searching for.
But let's be real here. Creating great nutrition plans is not easy. It takes hard work and brain power, which is probably why most nutrition professionals don't offer plans. But we firmly believe that you need to learn how to create powerful, personalized plans if you want to deliver the absolute best client experience.
Right. Now, we've seen a lot of bad nutrition plans in our day, but we've also seen a lot of great ones. So we've taken everything we've learned and rolled it into a super powerful 4-step process that will help you to create nutrition plans your clients will love, follow, and happily pay for.
So like Abigail said, this is a 4-step process. Step 1 is assessment, step 2 is goal setting, step 3 is supporting resources, and step 4 is the follow-up.
Again, guys, this is a super simple but extremely powerful process that will help you create incredible nutrition plans for your clients. So let's dive into each step one by one.
So step 1 is the assessment. All great plans start with a thorough assessment, which will help you get to know your client, their history, and their current problems. You want to assess not only their health, but also their lifestyle and their relationship with food.
Right. Without an assessment, you'll be making a lot of assumptions about your client and their ability to follow your advice. And we all know that as health professionals, it's never safe for us to make assumptions.
No, when it comes to building nutrition plans, we recommend using a dedicated meal planning assessment to help you really understand your client's lifestyle, current diet, and food preferences. There are really specific questions that you should explore with your client so that at the end, you can ensure you are creating a nutrition plan that really caters to their unique needs.
Right. Ask questions like, how many times do you eat per day? And how many meals per week do you usually eat out?
Yeah, once you have completed that assessment, you'll then be ready to move on to step 2, which is goal setting.
Okay, so research clearly shows that people who set goals are more successful. But there's a real art to goal setting, and a great nutrition plan needs to set great goals. So let's talk about how to do that.
So you want to be sure to involve your client in the goal setting process. Don't create your client's goals for them. Instead, work with them to set goals that they feel total ownership of.
Right. When someone feels ownership of something like a goal, they are much more likely to commit to it and achieve it. A great goal should be detailed and include what they want to achieve, how they will achieve it, and when it will be accomplished by.
And once you have the goal, put it in writing with your client. People who write down the exact process that they will use to achieve their goals are much more likely to achieve them. Also, encourage your clients to share their goals with the people they look up to, as this will also increase their success rate.
And in terms of how many goals to set, research has shown that it is best to focus on one goal at a time. Multiple goals will compete for attention and become more difficult to achieve. It also makes it hard to know what is the top priority. So when writing your nutrition plans, start with one goal and make it your client's biggest priority. Work with your client to achieve that goal, and then you can set more goals from there.
So once you've done your assessment, you've set goals with your client and had them write it down, it's time to move on to step 3, which is giving your clients the tools to achieve their goals.
Right. Your clients are much more likely to follow your advice if they have great resources like meal plans, recipes, grocery lists, and prep guides to help them succeed.
Yeah, just like the goal setting, there is an art to creating effective resources. You can't just throw a bunch of stuff together and expect your client to sift through it and find what they need. Provide your clients with personalized resources and lay them out in a way that is easy to follow.
A lot of practitioners give their clients a list of foods to eat and foods to avoid. And while this is a great starting point, it often leaves the client still wondering what to eat and how to make the foods from their approved list into delicious meals that they actually enjoy.
And studies have shown that when following a meal plan, people tend to eat healthier. We've seen firsthand that clients are much more successful when they have a meal plan or a recipe book to guide them.
So when putting together a meal plan or a recipe book, do not choose difficult recipes that require tons of ingredients and time. Instead, we want you to keep meals simple. This will help your client realize that eating healthy doesn't need to be time-consuming or expensive. This realization alone has the power to change their eating habits forever.
Also, don't try to get away with giving your client a one-size-fits-all meal plan or recipe book. People do notice this. And when you give your client a plan that uses, say, broccoli, even though they clearly told you that they hate broccoli, they're going to lose trust in you.
For sure. So take the time to customize your resources to your client's unique needs that you discovered during the assessment phase. Yes, it requires more time, but it will make your clients more successful.
All right, so now you've put together your nutrition plan with your client's goals and the supporting resources like meal plans and recipes to help them meet those goals. Next, spend time going through the plan with your client and talk to them about meal prep, grocery shopping, and anything else they're gonna need to know to follow the plan.
Yeah, going through the plan with your client is an added touch that often goes overlooked, but it will really help them succeed.
And that brings us to step 4, which is following up. Because your beautiful customized nutrition plan is now in your client's hands. You've gone over it with them and they're ready to take it and start working towards their goals.
At this point, do not just send them on their merry way and hope for the best. Before your client leaves this appointment, be sure to book a follow-up appointment. We know that many practitioners worry that the cost of frequent follow-ups will be kind of off-putting to their clients, and so they'll try to add more value by packing in weeks of information into a single visit. But this approach usually backfires because it's way too overwhelming. And feeling overwhelmed and going long stretches between appointments is a recipe for your client to completely ghost you.
Totally. Your clients have already tried to accomplish their goals on their own and they weren't successful that way. So they came to you for accountability, for connection, and you need to make sure that you are showing up and giving that support.
It's also a good idea to check in before their next appointment to see how things are going and ask a few questions so you can get an idea of how they've been doing and what you're going to need to discuss at that next appointment.
Yeah, before your next appointment, just send a quick email that asks an open-ended question like, how are you feeling? And is there anything that you want me to know before our next meeting? This will help you way better prepare for your next appointment and ensure that your time together is as valuable for your client as possible.
Never underestimate the power of following up. It is so important.
Definitely. So let's go back and review that 4-step process to creating awesome nutrition plans that your clients will love to follow.
First, you do your assessment. Second, work with your client to set a detailed goal. Third, pull together the goals and supporting resources into one document and review it with your client. And then finally, step 4, follow up both in person and in between appointments.
Yeah, this process is super simple, yet it's super effective too.
Remember, at the end of the day, your new clients are far more important than any would-be client. They're the people who have believed your promises, taken a risk on your services, and giving you their hard-earned money, trusting that you can help them feel better and live a healthier life. Now is not the time to give them some half-assed nutrition plan like a poorly formatted document, or worse, nothing at all.
Yeah, It might seem sometimes like the health industry is completely saturated, but when you take that time to go the extra mile by creating awesome nutrition plans, we promise it's never crowded. A nutrition plan can really make or break your client's success, so follow this process and make yours awesome.
That's all for today's episode of Nutrition for Your Business. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode.